Hi, Saints. MSA Volleyball. Coach Harder here. I'm going to put together a short video about the 6-2 offense, show you some plays, and hopefully this will help your understanding, and you can study this over the weekend, this long weekend, as we prepare for our first game on Wednesday. Fortunately, we're going to have about 2 practices to get ready, but we can do it. So anyway, so here is a game that we were involved in the last time we were able to have games. So this was the team 2 years ago, MSA team 2 years ago. We did not have a team last year. And let me get to the right time code here. So the first clip I want to show you is, okay, let's reset this. So this is going to be about switching, how we switch from our rotation to our base after the serve and after playing defense. So here is Fielding. She's our setter. Here's our middle, number 5, Eliza Cochran, and Nyana Harris, number 7, is our outside hitter. Fielding is playing front row setter. Here's our 6-2 setter, Tess, and then Taylor and is in here, right here, playing defense, as well as Emma Brubaker. So the serve comes, and then watch Fielding play defense before switching to her base position. So Fielding's home is right here. So let me play the clip. Serve comes, Fielding plays the defense, then she switches with Nyana. So now you see Fielding in the opposite position. And again, like I've said, talked to you yesterday, this opposite position is very important. You will be blocking the outside hitters on the opposing team, as well as being our emergency setter. And many times we'll have to set the first ball. So they were able to switch, and now Nyana's in the outside hitter spot, and you'll see that Eliza Cochran, number 5 here, moves to the net, and she's at the net to play D. So I'm going to play the clip. So as you can see, Eliza tried to block everything. We didn't double block on this team very much because we frankly didn't have the height, and Fielding was one of our best players, and we needed her on the court most of the time, if not all the time. So we didn't do a lot of double blocking. So we relied on our middle blockers to do all the blocking. This year we will be relying, we do have the players, the athletes, to do double blocking. So if you're an opposite or an outside, you'll be blocking with our middle, who are Mackenzie and Olivia. So again, that's just an example of play defense first before you switch to your base. So here's another clip that is for the middle blockers. This is who is this? Taylor Meredith. So Taylor, number 10, is here. She is our middle blocker. This is Ariana. She is our outside hitter. And here is Fielding, I believe. And Tess is over here. Now, when we were in this formation, and we might do this at the beginning, is if our setter is in the setting spot for the 4-2, we'll just run a 4-2 instead of a 6-2. Because here's our setter in the 6-2. She'll move over here, as you'll see. But we will let the setter here set, or the front row right, the opposite, be our setter for the entire point. But let's watch this. This is actually a nice block by Taylor here as the middle blocker. So I'll play the clip here. So as the serve comes, you'll see Taylor, they don't switch. I guess they switched a little late, but you can see Taylor is jumping. Let's see that again. Taylor is contesting every hit. So they set right to the middle and Taylor's there to block. Now, this is another thing that we will be doing right here. After every point, we want to come together as a group hug, and we want to do it quickly before the ref, before the other team serves. We never want to make the other team wait for us. So we just want to hustle, get to the center, celebrate, or encourage each other after every point. And this is going to be a requirement. All our teams are going to do this. I mean, our MSA team's going to do this. So this will be expected, and then this is a good way to build our team chemistry. So again, they are group hug, and then we are ready to roll on the next one. So so there's a block. So let's see here, 30. I've got a time code here. So this one is help D. Remember, yeah, the other day, yesterday, I think it was, one of our players went out of bounds to retrieve a ball and no one helped her. And a couple things is, if you're close, you should be running towards her. And Coach Lawrence said, if you're the one retrieving the ball, you should, or you're one helping the person retrieving the ball, you should tell her here, 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 so she knows you're right behind her. So again, here is the play. So there's the play, and you can see Dresden come running out of nowhere, and let's see that again. Dresden coming out of nowhere to help right there. And as you can also see, our players right here, they were caught a little bit because she was actually in the play, so she didn't switch. Again, play defense first and then switch. So you can see Tess here, who's on the varsity team right now, along with Fielding and Taylor. You can, and the other ones are all on JV. You can see Tess is still in this play, so she is she's here to help in case, you know, to be there to help. So actually, they don't switch until it's apparent that, see, Tess goes to help. Now, as the ball goes over, they quickly switch. So there'll be a lot of that where you have to play the ball first, and then just know in your mind that you have to go to your base position. So let's see the new change after first. Yep. So let's go to a setter out situation. So here is a play where it's serve receive again, and they will knock the setter out. So the opposite, who's Ariana, will have to play the first set. I believe that's what it is here. Let's watch. Serve. So there's the pass to our back row setter, spike. Then the front row girls rotate. There's our setter out, and our opposite now has to become the setter on that play. So let's watch that again. How did I lose my full screen? Get back to full screen here. So again, let's watch that. That was pretty neat. Like how the girls played this point. So I believe it's okay. So I believe this point. So let's watch this again. Again, here's Tess, who is going to be our opposite. Here's Ariana, who's going to be our outside on the base. And our setters right here. This is Fielding, and then we have our two DS. So let's Dresden and Nyana. Let's play the points. So serve comes. So there's a good pass from the left back, and here's our setter coming from the front row. So our setter is coming up, and she's ready to set. You can see our net people. They've transitioned. You can see Taylor right here turning from the net and transitioning to a load position so she can hit. So there she goes and going to a low position and she hits. And now you see after she hits, after it's set to her, you'll see Ariana and Tess switch. So there is the play and then they switch. So we want to do that. We want to play the point and then we want to play the first exchange in our positions, in our rotational positions. And then after the first time over the net, when we get it back from our side to their side, then we switch to our base. Let's just start that off the beginning because we want to make sure we are able to play the ball and not caught changing to our base and leaving spots open for the ball to fall in. So they have switched and now the ball's back over and they're hitting. So now look, there was a spike to our setter who's fielding. So setter is out right now and she called setter out. So that tells our opposite right here. She is the setter. So you can see Tess preparing to set on this ball. And all fielding's doing with this ball is hitting it up in the air so Tess can get under it and set. She's trying to hit a target right around here, but if she can't precisely hit the target, the best thing she can do is get height. Now watch the height on this ball. So it's good height. Tess gets under it and makes a nice set. And then we were able to, I think, put the ball away. Yeah, no, actually they couldn't get back over the net. But again, let's watch that again. So they're going to have a spike here, set her out to our opposite sets to our middle, and we're able to score a point on that. So again, when the setter's out, setter has to call setter out. Our opposite knows that she's the setter when our setter's out. So here, let's watch some middle blocking play. And we have, the middle blocker is a very important position on the court. You do a lot of blocking and you can get a lot of kills. And so this is Eliza Cochran, number 5. And she does a great job here. Let's see here. So she's everywhere. If you look, she's good. So she sticks. All right. So here comes again. Let's when the serve comes, Eliza doesn't switch right away. Remember, we'll want to switch after the first exchange. So if Eliza had switched on that pass would have gone to an open spot and no one would have been there because we couldn't switch in time. Because Eliza stayed, she was able to get her hand on the ball and keep the ball in the air and keep it going. So watch this. Here comes the serve. And so if Eliza had switched to the middle with fielding here, this would have been a hard ball to get. And again, notice the height on these passes. This is the only, for our level, this is the best way for us to have ball control, is to have height on our passes, height on our hand passes and our arm passes, so we can have time to get under them, move our feet, get under them. If they're line drives, if they're low, then it's going to be very, very hard for us to have good ball control. But again, nice height on this pass. Let's go back again and watch Diana pass this with nice height. Our middle blocker stays where she is so she can get it. Okay, so this is a hard ball to get. And she makes an athletic play to keep it alive. And what is she trying to do? Just hit it in the air with height so fielding can come under. If she was trying to play it over, or if she was trying to pass it to someone, she wouldn't have been able to give fielding or others a chance to make a play. So what? She just hits it in the air. And actually, Diana reads it and gets under it. So there's Eliza, middle blocking, transitioning. So watch, she transitions back on the net, blocks. It transitions back, Eliza, to a hitter. She hits. Back to the net for Eliza. transition, and then she gets to hit it again. She's at the net, back to transition to hit, and she hits it and pretty much puts it away. So, and then we come together with a group hug. So again, middles, you have to transition, and we will at the beginning really be coaching you up on that, making you, reminding you to block at the net with hands up and then transition when the ball's on our side to hit. That goes with outside hitters as well, who are on this side. So let's look at this. Let's look at that play with Eliza again, because it's important that we, okay, so watch Eliza. Again, we do not move until the first exchange. So Eliza stays, the ball goes over, now we switch it. So she's at the net trying to block and transitions to a hitter. Okay, so there's some high passes, gets the ball over, a free ball over. Eliza's all over the net. She's back ready to hit. Again, let's freeze it right there. Now, setters. That ball that Fielding just set, here it comes. I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause it at the right time. This ball. So Fielding has her back, again, has her back. This is a very hard set. So all she's gonna try to do is bump set it towards its feel, towards where she thinks Eliza is gonna be. And Eliza could come help and fill the space right here. So you watch, this is a really, really good set by Fielding. Again, it's a bump set with height. If there was no height on this, it'd be very hard for Eliza to get under it, get her feet right, and hit it. So here it comes. Fielding gets some really good height, and it's just a really good set at our level. So watch Eliza transitioning. So Mackenzie, Olivia, this is very important, and others. I mean, Abigail, you might be playing middle, Serpel, you know, if opportunity rises. So we always want to be transitioning, and outside hitters are the same. We always want to be transitioning. So let's look at some defense. Let's see here. I've got a note that this is defense. See if I can remember what this clip's all about. So our middle blocker, Eliza again, Fielding. So there, now they switch after the first over. So again, let's see that again. So if Fielding, so that ball had cleared. If Fielding had switched with Eliza right away, Eliza would have had a hard time getting that ball back. So if they had switched, Eliza would have had to come here, turn her back or whatever, be in a position to play. But since Fielding was there already, she's able to pop the ball in the air, or so we can make a third hit on it. And look at the height. She just pops it up, Eliza gets under it, and then we're off and running. And now we're setting our in our base. And you can see there's a lot of defense here. We're not really in a attack mode. They're more attacking us. We're more, as you can see, these are called free balls. The ones that come without a spike and they just hit over is called free. And we will show you what we do when there's a free ball in practice. But you can see we are on defense the entire time. There weren't many hits on our side, and we were just getting the ball over. But one thing I think this is it. There was a lot of good calling for the ball. So you can see, like right there, I'm pretty sure Eliza called for it and got it. Ariana's always good at calling ball. There's a set to the outside, so that's a 5. There's a call for a ball right there. There's another call for a ball. So again, when we practice calling for ball, it's for these kind of situations when we're really close. the points are fast and frantic, and we want to be able to communicate to each other that we have the ball instead of bumping into each other and causing some craziness. So let's see another good block by. So middle blockers, there's really not much more devastating than blocking someone. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so here comes the serve, and watch. Let's see what we do. Okay, timeout. Let's pause it right here. So when we're ready to serve, you guys can switch right at the serve. You don't have to wait till it goes over. It's only on serve receive. So right here on the serve, we're switching these two right away. Taylor's the middle, Ariana's the outside. So right upon serve, you'll see them switch right to their base defense. So here we go, base position. So here comes the serve, and they move. And now Taylor is going to follow. Here's the middle blocker, and she's, I think that's mobile. She's going to anticipate that the middle blocker right there is going to try to make play, and she's all over. And there's really, I mean, it's pretty devastating when you're able to block someone, and that's, you know, we might just have maybe a handful of blocks, maybe more. Hopefully, it's a lot more, but this will set you up as you get taller or stronger, or jump a little higher. As you grow older, you're going to be able to block better, and so we're going to set you up to start blocking now. And so we need your cooperations to work on your blocking footwork, and always have your hands up and thinking like a tall player when you're at the net. So here's Taylor, and she's on the varsity team now. She can really play middle block. She and Bella are the middle blockers as of right now. I know a lot of you met Bella, but here again is Taylor, just very smooth. You watch her reach over with that and come back down in the same spot she jumped from. So watch her feet shuffle. So she's going to do a shuffle, get herself in position, jump, reach over the net, and then come back down on the spot that she jumped from with her hands back so she doesn't touch the net. So here we go. And block. All right, and let's see. I've got another note from this time period. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, so that's what I think we're, nope, not this point. Okay, so here's a point. Yes, this one is a lot of calling for ball. So, all right, so let's see this again. So it's in serve receive. Again, when we're in this formation, in our setter, if we have a true setter in this spot, she'll more than likely set the first ball, or whoever's opposite. Because here's our normal setter test. She has to move to the setter home. So that's a long way to go. And until we can get our passes with good height, that's going to be hard for her to get to the setter spot while playing defense. So right now we'll have the opposite right here, set the first ball when the setter is over in the back left. Taylor's our middle, Ariana's our outside hitter. They will not move since it's a serve receive until the ball crosses back over. So here we go. Here's the serve. So actually, I think they're moving earlier. Here they go. So there's a pass. Now, not the best pass, but Fielding reacts to it. And again, she calls. And then you'll see Taylor come in the picture, and she actually calls for it because you'll see the other two let her have it. So Fielding, and then Taylor calls for it and comes in and takes it. And then she's back at the net. So again, Taylor comes from here, and then she transitions back in the net. She just doesn't stand there. She knows her job is to block. So after making that play, she comes back to the net and actually gets to hit it again and makes another play. So there's a pass to our setter, set, nice high set, hit, and we score the point. So again, the value of a good middle blocker, a middle blocker who can move and who takes pride in blocking and hitting. And that's pretty much Taylor here. All right, so this is the last clip I show you. It's 2 points worth. And let's watch here. So again, this was our 11th game of the season, and Ariana, who can serve really well overhand now, at this point in the season, she still was not consistent with her overhand, so she served underhand, which is fine. Okay, all right. So I know what I wanted to show. So look, so here we actually have our setter fielding right there, and Tess, who moved, I believe she moved with upon serve, she moved to the opposite. So we like to do this with this team because Tess and Fielding were both really good setters, to put them both on the same side, one opposite, and in the back row. If the back row setter could set it, we let her set it, priority. But if she had problems, she would communicate to Tess or whoever was here. So here we go. And you can watch these two work together. So there's Taylor all over the net. There's a pass, and Tess just took it. Again, there's Fielding coming from the back row setter position, setter out right there to Tess. Tess bump sets, and Taylor could not hit it, so she made a smart play and just hit it back over. So let's watch that again. Here we go. So there's the serve. Taylor's on it. It comes back over. We're trying to pass. That could have used more height, but that's all right. Went right to where we needed to go. And we got a quick set and an okay hit. And there's Fielding coming up to set it to Taylor. Here's Fielding, set her out. Tess then takes over the setting, and we were fortunate to win that point. So let's watch it again. So here's Tess. We're serving again. Here's Tess and Taylor. They're going to switch, and Fielding's back there. Let's see what happens here. They pass it to their setter. They hit from the outside. So there's another pass. So the setter couldn't get it. So someone stepped up and just bumped it as high as we could, so we can hit it back over. Here's a spike. That's a good pass. That's a back row setter from Fielding. And then there's the kill. So again, let's watch that point, because it was so switched on the serve. Taylor's all over the net, following, tracking, pass. Fielding couldn't get it, so someone else got it. Hit. Now this is a good pass. Good pass. Here's Fielding coming from the back row to set, and Taylor's got her feet under her, and she gets a good hit. So anyway, I hope that helps a little bit on learning a bit about the rotations. It's hard just to learn on video, but this will give you some sense. We'll do more of this on the court. And I mean, if yesterday was any indication, you guys are going to pick this up pretty soon. So